Hello, me hearties. A very good evening to you. It's just me, Scottie McClue, on the 11th day of the 11th month, 2023. Welcome, 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 I say, to our Saturday night phone-in. This is the big one, the one everyone's talking about, the one everyone is watching. Spread the word, tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10 that you're watching Scottie McClue, hashtag FloatI, the first lord of the internet, on the world's top talk show. There we are. Get the word out there, I say to you. There we are. 11th day, 11th month, 11th year, F document. Absolutely. Yes, indeed. I shall just say welcome. Welcome, everyone. There we are. Dinky-Doo. Lovely to have you with us. And here we jolly well go. What an amazing day it's been. Scottie, how are we? We're amazing, Kareem. We'll hopefully get a wee chat tonight. How is your chest? I want to know. There you are. Kareem's not been well, guys. Share the live as soon as you can. Very much appreciated. Hello, sir. Hello, Alex. Lovely to have you with us. And Dinky-Doo. Thank you, Dinky-Doo, for contributing to the live goal. Who's giving me red roses already? My goodness, you are generous. Scottie, Mon the Saints. What hat are you wearing? I'm wearing the Glen Gary for remembrance. There we are. Oh, hello, Oloy, hola, hola, Michael. Howdy, says JD. Howdy, JD. Lovely to have you with us, Dinky-Doo. Guys, subscribe on the YouTube channel and follow on the TikTok as soon as you can. Bonjour, says Mark. It's more like bonsoir. Phone. You're live on Scottish Phone In. Who's that?
DINKY-DOO, Scottie. It's Kareem. How are you?
Kareem, how are you, lad? Nice to hear you. How's the chest?
Thank you. I'm on the mend. I'm on antibiotics and steroids, so I'm on the mend. That's so.
Good. Are you feeling a difference, Kareem?
Well, I'm still tired, but I'm getting there, Scottie. That's the main thing.
Excellent. You know, there's Lars from Godeving in Sweden. Is that amazing? There we go.
It's all over, Scottie. Yes, and the viewers are going up and up as well. Start to notice as well, Scottie.
Yes,
really good.
Positive. Yes, we're seeing a big difference, Kareem. I think the word's getting out there. I've always believed in it, or I wouldn't do it. But it takes a long time, especially when you're very tight for pennies and things. It takes a long time. But we will get there. And as I say, I'm seeing a difference because we know that the phone-ins are quality listening, and there's nothing on radio or television to touch it.
Yeah, absolutely,
you know?
Scottie.
Kareem, let me just deal with this dafty here who comes on. It's Meat Parcel, he calls himself. And every week he says the hat's too tight. The hat is very loose, Meat Parcel. Capisce? There we are. Thanks, Kareem. I was just dealing with him, you know.
Probably just jealous, Scottie, of the hat and the badge.
Yes, absolutely. They don't like it. But Kareem, it doesn't matter what you do. There are people who don't like it because they don't like themselves. You know?
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's sad story of life, Scottie.
Story of life.
Like that, and they're not happy with themselves.
Yes. Now, what are you thinking about things these days, Kareem?
Well, need to look into it. I don't know how it will affect Scotland, but the World Economic Forum was on, and they were talking about a possible new type of world tax in terms regarding water. And I thought, is this the next thing now? Because they want sensible water policy. So I think, when they try to plant the seed or to see how people are going to react, I think that's quite alarming. That this is the next thing, the next block of gold in their eyes.
Yes.
There's research just now, Scottie, for England, and it's simple, a few Google searches for the people out there, that within the next 10, 15 years, a lot of Scottish water is going to be, if not already, but more so, will be transported down south because they're not going to have enough.
Kareem, did you see a fortnight ago, right? I mean, this World
Right.
Economic Forum, we can all see what's going on here. But, you know, did you see that, and, you know, to target essentials like water and heat and all that, sunshine, all these natural things which are free and should remain free. Now, did you see a fortnight ago just the torrents of water that were racing from rivers like the Tay and the Clyde and the Forth and the Tummel and the Tilt and all the rest of it? You know, you know, the water is huge in Scotland, and you can't have it both ways. You know, so I think what we need to ensure is that there's no flooding of people's homes. That's the next thing. And also that the water is put to good use, because we do have first-class water in Scotland. They built Loch Katrine in the 1850s to supply cities like Glasgow. They went out to Wales and flooded villages to supply Liverpool. So, you know, there's these wonderful Victorian things there. Now, we don't want, I mean, who has elected this forum? Who are these people? Who has elected them? You know, don't give me any names or anything that you might know of, but who has elected them and what is their game? Are they working for the people? Are they wanting to make as much free as possible? Are they wanting to genuinely see to the people's health? All these things need examined under a microscope.
I think it's partly a myth now, Scottie, because when you look at it, you know, we talk about democracy.
Yes.
How much protests have we done? Went out and we've walked and protested about something recently, within the last few years, and it means absolutely nothing. Nothing gets done. If anything, now they've increased the laws to totally limit it right down. And that's within, you know, the UK. That's, you know, throughout Europe and parts of the world. So whoever the true powers that be, you know, or politicians, you know, they self-interest, I would say, for a lot of things, looking out for themselves, but they answer to somebody. You know, the world is changing, and it's not conspiracy theories left, right, and centre. You just have to sit back and look at the direction, the way the world is going just now. There is so much greed and corruption. Enough is never enough. No. The future's a very scary place, Scottie.
Well, I think the future is scary, but I think it's to do with power. I think that these people don't understand that the real trick is to leave the world a better place when you leave it than it was when you found it, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that should be our legacy. And that was the legacy of the rich back in the day. So I think we need to identify, you know, who these people are, where they are coming from, and what their game is, and bring them into the public arena to explain themselves.
If you look at it, Scottie, if you've got a happy, productive, working, rich society, then it moves forward. If you have a society that's in sheer poverty, yes, there's certain people going to make a lot of money and a quick buck out of that, but that's too short term. It's short term. You have to think long term for the future.
Of course.
And, you know, we could talk about this all night with different things, whether drugs come into it or alcohol. If we look at the thing, which I'm sure we'll discuss with other people shortly, how artificial intelligence will be the next thing that's going to take vast amount of jobs in the future. You know, if we're going to create things that's going to cause so much poverty, these films from the 80s, like Mad Max, whatever, that could be an actual possibility in the future, you know, the way things are going.
And all that's going to need looked at. There's no doubt about it. Kareem, I bless you and thank you for your call and send you strength. All the best, my boy.
Have a nice night.
And you, sir. Thank you. What a great call. Always a good call, Kareem. You know, it really is. Big stuff. Absolutely. Now, what have we got here, I say to you? DINKY-DOO, Tom in Belfast there. Get on with it, says Professor Nub to Heed. Yes, wonderful. The phones. You're live at Scotty's Phone In. Who's that?
Well, DINKY-DOO, Lala.
DINKY-DOO, Lala. Tom from Belfast. How are you, sir?
Indeed, it is. Oh, I'm all good. And yourself?
Yes, very good, Tom. And we've had an amazing Armistice Day today. We did the silence at 11 o'clock. My video got muted because I had bagpipes in the background and they didn't like that.
Oh,
but never mind, it's silent and everybody's watching it. So, it's very amazing.
I'll tell you something, Scotty. That has caused a lot of controversy around here, big time. Reason being, very well-known shop. I know you don't mention names or anything. Had a wee stall set up inside.
Yes.
And you might have seen it on the news. And there was a person from the Royal British Legion selling poppies and badges and all that sort of stuff.
Yes.
And a woman came up and she says, not only were they selling poppies, but they were selling old RUC badges, RUC, what the PSNI used to be.
Yeah.
And British Army and all that sort of stuff. And she was giving off saying, I think what happened if I was to come in here and sell IRA badges and all this, and big fights broke up about it, and it just made very big news companies,
Yeah, but it's interesting. Do people not realise that the British Army is legal and that the IRA are not?
But what people don't realise is the amount of, I know if my dad knew 3 young men back, they were about 19, he would have been about the same age at the time.
Yeah.
They lived in a place called Banbridge, and the British Army were on that road every day doing checkpoints. And the one day that the British Army went there, the one day that they didn't show up, and they've been showing up consistently for 3 weeks, the one day they didn't show up, 3 of them all shot dead in the house. So people need to realise that there could be a factor that the British Army has some sort of involvement here, in that murder. I don't know what you think about that, but...
Very, very strange. Well, there's so much, but I think what we've got to do is start moving on. History is vital.
Exactly.
And it's vital because it lets us know where we've come from. Now, that lets us know then where we are, and we need to work out where we're heading. So I think that people need to say, look, we did not do any of this. We do not want it in our lives. Let's get moving on. I had them on this morning. What are the Brits doing in Ireland? Well, Northern Ireland, as you well know, Tom, is British. It's part of Britain. And if people don't want it to be, then they will decide and have a referendum.
Mm-hmm. Did you hear this new thing? If they want a united Ireland, it can't be, they're looking at 60-40 vote.
Yes.
Did you hear that?
Yes, I did. Very interesting.
What do you think about that?
Well, I think we need to start making the world for the people of the world. But your problem is, if you remove authority, then you have people then vying for power. And that gets dangerous, as we see in the Middle East. You see?
Yeah.
So you've got authority. Our authority in Britain is the crown. And I see half-wits going, time to abolish the monarchy. No, just because they don't like authority. It's not time to abolish anything like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's the envy. It's the envy of the world, Tom, you see.
Go back to that point about the Royal British Legion. Anybody who sees that, if they want to support it, they can support it. And if they don't, just walk on. There's no need to be getting involved in any of that,
No, there's never any need for controversy over anything like that at all.
I was surprised how big a deal it turned into. I know some of the relatives of both the people there, and I was surprised how it made very big news companies, international news companies even.
I'll tell you why it turns into something, because it's not actually to do with that at all. People are angry just under the surface. We even see elements of it on here from time to time. And people are angry, so they're only looking for a catalyst, a tinderbox. That's how the First World War started. The tinderbox, the shooting of the Archduke Franz Ferdinand at Sarajevo, and his good lady.
Mhm.
You see, and we need to be well aware of that and say, beware the tinderbox.
Yeah, well, I don't want it to cause too much controversy here, but I was reading a story online or in the news today, and it was a story about there was a big, I don't know what you call it, big field full of poppies, you know, reflecting the lives of all the army
The
veterans
fallen.
or whatever you call it.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, a big group of woke, so to say, a big group of woke people came in a big van and just drove over the lot of it. I don't know if you heard about that, did you?
I'm not sure I heard that one, Tom, but I mean, there's
As
things
soon
like
as
that
I
all
saw
the
that, I
time.
just thought,
What we need to have, we need to get rid of wokeness.
exactly. And
You
I
know?
thought to myself, what does the world come to?
Yeah.
They're like, these people are dead and gone. There's
Yeah.
nothing. What's driving over the graves going to do?
Yeah. We need to get rid of wokeness, and the police are in a difficult position. I notice that because they're not getting proper guidance from government. You see, and that's what they need. It needs to be very, very clear. You need the operational side and the political side and the civil service side. Yeah, and the civil servants and the specialists can do that, but they need clear direction from politicians. I've always worried about politicians mobilizing armed services.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
Well, funny is we're talking about the woke. You know, there's a preacher. He's out in Belfast most days. He's dead on guy, but he was interviewed one time, and he says everybody's woke, but no one has awoken. You know?
That's a beautiful, beautiful point. Everybody's woke, but
Yeah.
nobody is awake.
Exactly. That's what
Good
he's saying.
one.
And you know, there's every day as he's preaching, there's another group of LGBTQ in front of him, and they're shouting at him, and he's going back at them. It's just jumping back and forth.
Yeah.
This is what Belfast has turned into these days.
Well, we've had this at Speaker's Corner, of course, for many years.
Say again, sorry?
We had this at Speaker's Corner in London for many, many years. The problem is now the freedom of speech is being clamped down on.
Yep.
See, I mean, wonderful old people like Donald Soper. You know, there's an interesting name. Have a look at that one, Tom, Donald Soper. And Donald Soper used to be speaking all the time. And he got, of course, people shouting at him and the rest of it. You know, if Jesus is there, such and such, you know, and he'd say, well, we've got soap and water, but look at the state of your neck. You know?
Yep, yep.
I mean, just great stuff.
I have to say, you know, he seems to be a very well educated, this preacher fella. You know, I've heard him on multiple occasions. He's able to come up with good educated points.
Yeah.
But I know as he's coming up with these points, you know, these people are running out of things to say. So this is what they end up doing. They end up walking up to him and just screaming in his face, not even saying, but just screaming and spitting at him and all this.
Yeah, the mark of an idiot. They're frustrated with themselves because they don't have his intellect. Well, they do. They actually do. They just haven't awakened it.
If you're trying to get away from woke, Joe Biden isn't the fellow to go to because he's promoting all this nonsense.
That's right. But Donald Trump will be back very soon in the White House, and the world will change almost immediately.
I hope so. I hope so.
Tom, lovely to talk to you, and DINKY-DOO, sir.
Scotty, I've got you on the. I've got to be radio there, and I've got you connected up to the radio. It's nearly as if you're listening to you while you're still on Scott FM.
Isn't that fantastic? And DINKY-DOO, sir.
Great. All right, Scotty.
Ta-da, Tom.
Time.
Bless you. All the best. DINKY-DOO, sir. There
Mm-hmm.
we are. That's our Tom. Another great call, guys. Some great calls tonight. I tell you now. Let's get the information. JD says, howdy. Hi, Scotty. DINKY-DOO, says David McCafferty. You're live at Scotty's phone in. Who's that? Hello? Obviously, somebody that doesn't know him. Right. Where did we get to? The World Economic Forum are bringing in the fourth industrial revolution. Yes, but are we needing it? That's what we need to know. Let's see what's involved in it first. You're live at Scottish phone in. Who's that?
Donald Regan Trudeau.
How are you?
Lala.
Hello, Lala. Are you all
Martin.
right? Martin, DINKY-DOO.
DINKY-DOO, my friends. How are you?
Very well, yes. What a great show tonight already.
We spoke this morning.
We spoke this morning because we were live for the Armistice Day.
Yeah.
Wonderful. What a great
How's
show.
your day been?
My day's been absolutely outstanding, Martin, and it just got better.
There was a lot of protesters in Glasgow today.
Yes. Yes, you'll always get that. There's a lot to protest about.
Uh-huh.
Yes, but I don't think that Remembrance Day was the right day to do it.
No, because there was a lot of police officers there.
Yes.
Quite a lot.
Yes.
A lot in Glasgow today.
Absolutely. How did your shopping trip go?
My shopping day shut down very, very well, my friends.
Excellent. Lovely, lovely. And you got some nice things?
Yeah, odds and ends.
Odds and ends, because you're a big Christmas man, if I remember.
Yes, I am. I love Christmas.
Were you not preparing for Christmas in about January?
Yes, I was.
Fantastic. And have you got all your goodies?
I'll be starting some more shopping in December when it comes.
Excellent. Yes. Martin, lovely to hear you again, sir, and we will catch up soon.
Okay, love you lots. Bye.
Love you lots. DINKY-DOO, lad. There we are. What a fine film. See you, Lala. There we are. That's it. That's Martin. There we are. Now, Martin has supported this program since it started. Incredible stuff. Hello, sir. I'm hoping to join the Navy. Good evening from Partick. You're live at Scotty's phone in. Who's that?
Good evening, Scotty. How you doing? It's Glenn.
Glenn, how are you? We haven't heard from you for years.
We had. It's not that long, is it?
No, it's not that long.
A technical issue there. I tried to ring you before Martin.
Oh.
You just rang out. And
it was your good self. I thought it was somebody that maybe panicked when I asked them their name.
No,
sometimes the difficult questions first, you know.
Is it that bad?
Well, sometimes the difficult questions first.
Well, sometimes you do get one or two glitches, though, don't you, especially with network.
Oh, you get glitches. Listen, Glenn, you look at what you and I and everyone watching and everyone listening has achieved since we started last year.
That's fantastic.
You just take a look at this. You look at how this phone in. Remember all the glitches? We couldn't hear, we couldn't see, we couldn't get through. Yeah. Everything was running too fast, too slow, all that. Now you look at us chatting throughout the world. Is that not beautiful?
It's that old saying, it's what it is, and it's got to, you're going to get one or two glitches now and again. Oh, yeah.
You can't walk through life, you know, and I mean, as a friend of mine used to say, you know, when I had the trouble with that very bad man in a business deal, I can remember somebody saying, Scotty, you cannot stride the world like the great colossus that you are and not occasionally stand on a shecht.
Brilliant. You know, sometimes, Scotty, you know, like when like sometimes when you get one or two technical problems, you know, like with technology these days.
Yes.
I always tend to look at other people's YouTube videos, you know, to see if we ever can find some solutions.
Yes.
You know, like sometimes it's best way. I mean, sometimes these companies or you get these remote controls from. I'm not
no names, no petrol.
No petrol or anything. But you know, like when you can't sync your television with these remote controls, sometimes it's best to find somebody else's wavelength, you know, to find out what troubleshooting kind of thing.
Well, listen, it's absolutely great. I mean, the people, you know, this is where young people are amazing. They can sort out technical stuff right away.
Because sometimes, no disrespect to these call centres, sometimes you're finding some multicultural call centres up and they don't understand your wavelength, do they? You know, with communication problems.
Worldwide, there can be. There's a guy, Glenn, you've got to hear this one. Here's a guy called Chuck, and he says, Adrian's wall, not Hadrian's wall. Adrian's.
Brilliant.
He thinks it's Adrian's wall.
like I said, Scotty, when I phone these call centres, I talk to them on an even keel kind of thing, Scotty. I just talk to them like I talk to you, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the way to talk, isn't it?
They respect you better, don't they? I mean, even if they can't understand your communication, they can still understand that you're showing some sincerity, don't they?
Oh, yes. Oh, listen, absolutely. Always nice. I was working with a colleague recently, and I was on to the personnel department. Well, they're not personnel now, they're HR. Yes?
Yeah.
Yes, human resources. And I was on to them and I said, thank you so much for everything you're doing for us. It's very much appreciated. And I came off the phone and she said, do you go on like that all the time? And I said, like what? All that, thank you. I said, yes, of course. She said, and does it work? I said, well, it's worked for me up till now.
Sometimes you could be making somebody that doesn't understand you, sometimes you could be making their day feel a lot better. They might feel better for speaking to somebody from a different part of the world kind of thing.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
It makes their community, it gives them a more wider aspect to life, doesn't it, kind of thing?
Yes, it's very, very important.
When they're talking from Asia or wherever they're talking from, they might get bored of speaking to their same culture kind of thing. They might want to speak to somebody from overseas.
Yeah, absolutely.
It might. Scotty, what do you think to not shaving for a month, November kind of thing? So a friend of mine, he's not shaving for a month, for...
well, I did it during the COVID, as you know, and had a great big beard.
I mean, he's using beard oil and everything. Beard oil.
Yeah, beard oil. I've never actually heard of that. What are you supposed to do that?
I'm not so sure. I think it just, when your beard starts irritating and itching and everything.
You get a bit scratchy, but it grows through that.
I mean, 3 or 4 days by the time you've had a shave, next thing you know, it's back again.
Yeah, well, this is it. This is what happens.
I mean, I've got a darker complexion, and it grows. But by the time I've shaved after like a day or two, you see it come back again.
Well, so I think what you've got is what we used to call 5 o'clock shadow.
You're thinking, what is the point in actually shaving? You're thinking it's coming back twice as thick.
Absolutely. Yes, it does. It does.
I mean, dark and distinguished. That's what we've got to deal with. Everybody's got to deal with it in their own way. I mean, it's good fun anyway.
Absolutely, Glenn. Absolutely. Listen, my boy, I'm going to dash on because we're going bananas here. Tell me about your daughters. I want to know how they are.
I took my daughter to the first firework display last weekend. We were running about in mud. Like this weather were really bad. But it was a good night out anyway in West Midlands.
And did the wee one enjoy it? She must be what, 2 now?
She's 2 in January, Tam. She was 2 in January.
Well, New Year.
And she was only jumping up and down in muddy puddles. She loves Peppa Pig and all of that. She absolutely adores it.
Glenn, that's amazing at 2 to be jumping up and down.
Jumping up and down and doing all the raving and all the dancing and everything. It was just fantastic.
Wow, you're some man. You must be lovely parents.
Scotty, you've got to give them that experience, aren't you, from an early age?
Yes. No, that's wonderful. I love it.
To me, I love the little girl. She's laughing at her sister all the time. I just can't wait to make more memories with them, to be honest.
Well, you're making them all the time. And you're such a lovely dad.
And my mum's a lot better anyway, Scotty. Like I said, she's my mum's on the mend anyway. That's the main thing as well.
This is all good stuff, Glenn. Listen, we will catch up again soon.
We all have to sit together as a close-knit family, don't we?
Yes, we do.
To be honest,
we are family on here.
And absolutely, Scotty. And I'll stay in touch with you anyway, Scotty.
You'd better. I love you lots.
I will do. Hey, I love you, Scotty. Take care.
DINKY-DOO, like top man. There's a great guy. That's Glenn. Now, Glenn's been with us since the start. Glenn and I go back 26 years to Sheffield. There we are. Kieran has given me 25 red roses. Guys, I've got a red rose target up there, but you never need to give anything to Scottie McClue. We are free at the point of delivery. There we are. Can you trace your roots to Kintyre, Scotty? says John. Yes, I can, John. I certainly can. I could trace my roots right back. And, you know what we're talking about. And I could tell you stuff about Kintyre that only somebody that knew Kintyre would know. So there you go. Yes, indeed. Now then, DINKY-DOO, David McCafferty there. There's Kareem Hallow's son. Wonderful stuff. David Taylor says, posted earlier, my dad passed and I was in rehab a couple of months ago. Some of these comments are a total disgrace. What's happening, David? Chat's getting destroyed with fake accounts, right? Let's look for them. Who have we got that's a fake account? Give me the names and we'll get rid of them. Right, there we are. So there's a fake. That numpty, he's a fake. So he goes. Absolutely. Let's get rid of all this, guys. We don't want any of this. There we are. Now, who else have I got here? That's it. That's it. So he goes. Fantastic. He goes. Fantastic. We're doing quite well, guys. I think it's just the one guy doing the fake accounts by the looks of it. So this is quite good. Now, there we are. There's another one there. That should be fair enough, guys. Yeah, fantastic. Right, that's pretty good. Yeah, we're looking pretty good, guys. Is that all right for you? Okay, wonderful. That's a good few of them there away, I think. Have I got, I hope I haven't got the wrong one away there, actually. Right, that should be pretty good, guys. Okay, the chat should be back, guys. Looking pretty good. Excellent stuff. You're live on Scotty's Phone In. Who's that?
It's me, David. That guy's dangerous on the YouTube. He's really dangerous, him.
Which one?
The one that says David likes kids.
Oh, no, don't worry. We've got rid of him. David, tell me that you can get on okay.
I was on it. The only one I put up was Scotty. Hi, Scotty DINKY-DOO.
Right, I'll just check that one, David, because we don't want to lose you.
And then the rest was me, and then they were trying. There's a few on it. They were trying to also pick on Numpty as well. That's disgusting.
So there we are. So David, this is you. There's Kareem Hello Son. That's you.
Aye, that's me. Aye.
And Hell Numpty. That's you.
That was me. That was a mistake. That was a finger thing.
That's so all right. And I'm Good Love. That's you.
That's me.
That's perfect. Right, we're back. We're laughing. And the rest are doing the Swanee.
Right, aye. There was a few of your friends on. They were trying to make it. They were your friends as well.
Yeah, trying to pretend all that nonsense. Don't worry about that, David. We will. We'll hunt them. Do you remember what? We'll hunt them.
I will hunt them down. He's called Bruce John Wayne.
Maybe he thinks he's Batman.
And he's got a wee cartoon face up. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe he thinks he's Batman.
The thing you said about kids is dangerous, children.
Yes, it is. Don't you worry about that, David. That's all gone. You get these idiots all the time. They're very jealous of the fact that you are a very clever man.
I come in and have your plan. Do you know what I mean?
You know, they know you're a very clever. I mean, I've got an idiot here. Says, Scotty, watch out, I'm going to protest against you.
Oh,
so
wow.
He's away doing the Swanee, you know.
Scotty, it doesn't matter. I mean,
it doesn't matter. Well, don't waste your time, Davy. You shouldn't even react.
Send him to the coal bunker.
They're away doing the Swanee lap. Don't you ever worry about that. No, oh, well done. Oh, outside with that, son.
I know, aye. So how did things go today? Was it all right in London?
Yes.
Because I had...
Yes,
right,
I think it was okay. They kept them away from the cenotaph.
Right, good. That's good, you know.
Yes.
I mean, these people...
There's the wonderful Peter Heron. I laugh when you get these dafties. They ask every time, are you from Still Game? Now, they haven't seen me in Still Game, so if if I'd been in Still Game, they would have seen me in Still Game.
That's right, I know.
Although I was the original inspiration for Still Game.
But see, a lot of them on, as I said, I was going to say Netflix, excuse me, the TikTok, they should phone in. I don't know. They should phone
absolutely phone in. There's a big hello from Downings in County Donegal. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, you go, son, aye. Because my grandma and my niece wanted to say, David, do you see what I said about you on that YouTube? I see it all, Irene.
Aye, yes, it's wonderful.
John's trying to send you a red rose.
Oh, so bless him.
I sent him some money to send me red roses.
Isn't that fantastic? Terrific reactions tonight, guys.
You go
lovely,
son,
lovely, lovely. There's a half-wit there.
Aye. Why are you doing that?
Well, it's, you see, I'll tell you, David, it's very simple. They hear people like yourself on. They know how clever you are. And they think, I couldn't talk like David does to Scottie. So I'll just go on and see if I can muck about, you know.
I mean, the parents, I don't know what's going on, man.
Yes, no, you get it all the time.
Do you know what I mean, son? Okay, anyway, you know.
Do you not remember, David, do you remember the Scott FM days?
Aye, of course.
Now, do you remember all the wee dafties that used to phone up?
Aye, oh yes, what's in them? You know what I mean? As I say, it's such a pity we can't get a wee bit of slagging on like the old days was. Yes. We don't like to say that.
Oh, you can't say this, you can't say that. There's a lovely guy, David Patterson, he says, haven't I heard your voice in years? Isn't that lovely?
Oh, your wee voice said you go, so where have you been then? Where have you been?
Well, I don't know. I think they're just learning about it. Kareem was just saying how the figures are now starting to go shooting up, you know?
You go, so that's
the word's getting out there, Davey. And remember, you've been with us since the start.
Oh, no, son, and I'll always
be
there right up to the end.
And how many have you? Well, the end's a long way away for you and me, I'll tell you. And how many wonderful things have you done? Phoning for tests, testing the line, testing the picture.
The test was funny back in the day.
You know?
In fact, see, we got that test back. Okay, imagine something went crazy, and then it's funny because you watch what you're trying to do on the computer. I sat and laugh.
Remember we were trying to do it? Say, is that any better, Davey? No, still can't hear you, son.
It was so good, aye. Do you know what I mean? And it's good to hear from Kareem tonight. I mean, Kareem's just kind of started to say he was obviously he was trying to prove something. He used to go on all the walks in the tin.
Yes,
it's getting nowhere.
No, it doesn't. I mean, this is the problem, actually. There's Joe in Brigton, and there's Callum saying, did you have a good Remembrance Day? I held a minute's silence before the rugby game. Isn't that good?
Yep.
Guys, we've got 3,100 likes. Everybody get tap, tap, tappity, tap. Stick a red rose in there if you're feeling flush. And get following.
3,000 people should be phoning right up.
All the time, and we'll get them on, you know what I mean?
I would like to hear from new voices and stuff. You know what I mean? Don't be shy now.
Don't be shy. Davey, love you lots. We'll catch up soon, lad. DINKY-DOO. That's our Davey. The calls are amazing tonight, guys. Sorry about the half-wits on there. Agent Neil reporting from Bournemouth. Wonderful Neil O'Gormley down in Bournemouth, a good Paisley man. There's Quert, and Quert has sent me a Pudsey bear. Guys, I've got 236 red roses. Is that not beautiful? And thank you if you've tapped the dollar bill on the YouTube channel. Guys, if you're on the YouTube channel, please make sure every single one of you subscribes. It's a strange word, but it's free. Everybody on the TikTok, feel free to tap the link in the TikTok bio. Pop onto the YouTube channel, have a look and subscribe and come back. Thanks for following, guys. Beautiful people following. Do you think these marches in London are making any difference? Probably not really, Kenny. And it wouldn't have helped that they thought they'd do it on Remembrance Day. That was unwise of the organizers of the pro-Palestinian march. They need to think carefully, think, no. We don't want to upset the British people. We want to ask for their support in our quest. There's a different thing. So that would have had a negative effect on Palestine, I would say. Kenny, there's Callum saying, Kenny, probably not. Oh, you're a Scot, Thomas. Well done, my boy. Nothing gets past you. Thomas, could I just call you Sherlock from now? That's so clever of you. Now, who have we got here? You're having a great night. I sent a couple more roses for a great live. Kieran, you're a naughty boy. Thank you so much for your kindness. Guys, 237 red roses. Look at it up there. Can you see it? There we have it. DINKY-DOO David has sent me Pudsey ears. Hello from Downing's Donegal. Can you give Joe in Bridgeton a shout out? I can indeed. Free Palestine, says Jai. There we are. Can you say hi to Lucy? It's her birthday. DINKY-DOO. All right, buddy. All right, Kelly. Thank you for contributing to the live goal, guys. We're going back to CB radios, I think. I know. Scottie McClue, live for you on the TikTok, on the YouTube channel. Guys, if you're looking for the YouTube channel, all you have to do is go to youtube.com/Scottie McClue, SCOTTIE MCCLUE. Get tap on your phones. We've got 3,400 likes. The most I've had, and it'd be wonderful to see if we could beat it, are 36,000 likes in 1 hour. Can everyone share this broadcast on YouTube and share it on TikTok? We're talking about the marches today. I don't think they will do any good, and I think the Palestinian one will probably have a negative effect. That's what I'm saying. That's what it looks like. And remember, I have no agenda. I do not take sides. Guys, I need another 50 followers right now. Well, I actually could do with another 79 followers, but I'll settle for 50. Happy Armistice Day, Scotty. Yes, I think we can say that, Aidan. People would think, Happy Armistice Day. We're commemorating 100 million people dead and about 50 million injured. But Armistice Day was the end of the First World War when the guns fell silent. So I think we probably could say Happy Armistice Day. There we have it. Happy Remembrance Day, I think, be different. How do I call you? You ring the number 014 628 9795. There we are. JD has donated to the Poppy Appeal. Thank you, JD. Now, there's a half-wit, Lejo, saying, down with the king. Why would you ever say that? The king is the representative of the crown. The crown is our symbol of authority. Why would you want to damage the one thing that's actually working well in this country? I'd say to you, guys, I need thumbs up on the YouTube channel down to the bottom left of the picture. Who's given me a huge amount of fruit? I've just seen that. That's incredible. We love it. Thank you. Now then, you're live at Scotty's Funny. Who's that?
What's happening, Scotty? It's Joe in Brighton.
Joe in Brighton. How lovely to hear from you, my boy. How's things?
Aye, I'm no bad, Scotty. DINKY-DOO.
How's things in Brighton?
Aye, they're no bad, no bad. All quiet in the Western Front.
All quiet in the Western Front, Joe. I see what you just did there. I love it.
I like that Glengarry yours, Scotty. Did you tell?
Did you like the Glengarry?
I like that.
We love that.
It suits you.
Yeah, well, bless you. Thank you very much. And it's at the right angle as well. Slightly bit more tilt. Very important. There we go.
Aye.
Absolutely. And of course, as you know, Joe, a lot of recruiting from Brighton.
Oh, aye, plenty of recruiting. We need more, but
yeah,
that Palestinian mob in the Coon.
They'll always need more. Well, I think it was unwise of the organisers to do that. Whatever you think of the situation, it was unwise of them to do that.
It's our day, Scotty.
You know, it's remembrance. That's what it's all about, Armistice Day. And you don't confuse the issue, you know.
No, that's it. It'll always be Armistice Day.
Always. Always has been, always will be. My grandfather, as you know, served at the Somme.
Most people's grandfathers served at the Somme, and I think that's what they forget.
They forget that a third of a generation perished on the first day.
Yep. And I think people need to start looking into their history.
They need to, well, the politicians need to start looking, Joe.
All the politicians need sacked.
Get sacked, they'll clean them out and get the new ones in. Say, sorry, you're not serving the people. Scottie McClue in there.
Scottie McClue for First Minister.
Well, I got told, somebody said, don't you dare become a politician. I says, why? They said, dude, that is not your game.
Aye. Because you get it back to the way it needs to be.
Well, Joe, can I tell you a true story? I won't say which one it was or when it was, right? But there was a by-election in Glasgow. And I was talking to somebody, I said, I might have a go of it myself. About 5 or 10 minutes later, one of the major newspapers called and said, Scotty, are you thinking of becoming an MP? And there wasn't the Scottish Parliament then, right? This was major stuff. This was Westminster. And they said, are you thinking about becoming an MP? I says, oh, I think I know where this has come from. I says, look, they said, no, listen, just listen to me, Scotty. If you're going to do it, will you give us first refusal for the paper? I said, all right, then, yes, I will. And they said, and another thing can I say to you, if you are going to do it, could you be serious? And I said to them, now, why did you say that? And they said, because there's every chance you'll get in. Isn't that interesting?
Well, there's every chance you'll get in now. We claimed like Humza Youssef running the
Well,
country.
we'll not go in, we'll not slag off individuals, but can you imagine me running up and doing the stairs in the flats going, would you vote for us? I come in, son.
I'd vote for you 100%, as long as you're wearing that Glengarry.
Get the Glengarry on, Joe. Wear it when I'm canvassing. Listen, you take great care of yourself.
You as well, Scotty, up the Royal Artillery.
Up the Royal Artillery. Love hearing you. I salute you, sir. I'm saluting.
Man. Have a good night, Scotty.
Ta-ra. There's Joe. You're live on Scotty's Phone In. Who's that?
Hello, it's Scottie McClue.
Scottie McClue, yes. How are you?
It's me, Federico.
Federico, how lovely to hear you. Buongiorno.
Italiano.
Buongiorno, bella.
Bella, grazie. Sorry, it's Pablo. How are you doing?
What's happening, Pablo? Are you okay?
Yeah, not much.
Listen, Pablo, some show tonight, is it not?
Oh, I caught it late, Scotty. I'll have to watch it back. I caught it just the last 10 minutes. But yeah, it's been good so far.
Yeah, I tell you, we've only got 10 minutes left. I don't believe it.
No, Scotty, you're going to have to start doing your late nights. We need it at least once a month.
We'll need to get back to them. We'll need to get back to them. Absolutely, get into the late nights, 10 till 1.
Definitely. Well, I've got 2 topics for you anyway, Scotty. The
Go
first
on,
one, I seen in the paper, and I somewhat agreed with it. These parents want to lie to the children, and they want to say that Santa Claus exists or Father Christmas. And I read through the comments, and a lot of people were saying, listen, it never hurt anyone, these white lies. But I think when the child starts growing up and realising that we've lied about Father Christmas, we've lied about the Tooth Fairy, the Easter Bunny, does it turn the mentality around where it's okay to lie to us as children, so why can't we lie to you? That's what I get from it, Scotty. Why do we have to bring all these lies such early in the life? It's
so you think that maybe we should what are you saying, that we should make out that Santa is just a bit of fun?
I'm just saying that maybe just tell the kids the truth. You know, Santa Claus it's not a mythical thing, but not straight away, because obviously the children don't know at the ages of 3, 4. You can lie to them. The thing is, it's these little white lies that don't cause any harm. But at the end of the day, Scotty, a lie's a lie. Are we teaching him what I'm trying to say? Are we teaching him that lying's okay from a parent standpoint?
I see where you're coming from. Well, I remember somebody saying to me, don't give young people duff, Jen. You know, I used to tell funny stories to my friends' kids and stuff like that when I would go around and visit, you know. And they say, one father says, no, don't give her duff information. My experience is young people are very resilient, and they love a bit of nonsense because they know it's nonsense. Do you know?
Yeah, exactly. Then sometimes they even play along with it to get.
I mean, you think about it. When we were wee, if somebody read us a story, now the story was fantasy.
Yeah, of course.
But we loved hearing it.
Yeah, it's like a coin flip. Some people say it doesn't do no harm. It helps the imagination. It's a part of childhood.
I mean, my dad was great at telling me stories, and he used to read us books like The Wind and the Willows and Winnie the Pooh and Beatrix Potter, you know?
Yeah, I guess it's just keeping the innocence in the child for as long as you can. But I do understand these two parents saying that they don't believe lying, you know, lying's a thing you should do.
Well, is it lying or is it creative stuff? You know, I mean, as I say, all the stories, you know, Noddy, Big Ears, all the Enid Blyton stuff we used to read. As I say, the Beatrix Potter, who's still the world's highest selling author of children's books.
Well, that's it. When you're looking at that concept,
you know, the idea of what's the word for it when people like animation, people make animals have a human element. There's a word for it, and it's just slipped my mind.
Yeah. Not caricature. No, I think it's caricature. That's it. One of them drawings, you know.
No, there's a definite. I just can't remember it. I'm trying to think.
Not too sure, Scotty. But whilst you try to think, the other topic was, if I remember it, you said you can't do things that you did years ago on the radio and things like that. Do you think we've turned into an American culture, like the movies where it says, touch me and I'll sue?
Well, well, I think the problem is that I remember hearing a story that one of the big police chiefs in America said, do you see the drug problems we all have? You'll have that in 10 years in the UK. And he was right. You know, these drug problems have come into the UK now. You know, and America had them, you know, years ago. So America, America, you know, it's a double-edged sword, America. And Churchill, of course, wanted to get the English-speaking peoples together, and he wanted a special relationship with America, but they didn't always back him. You see?
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's very, 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 very interesting.
And I think Britain, one of the reasons we've got problems in the Middle East, because I'm sure Britain actually sold the Middle East to America years ago. You see?
Yeah. They put everyone in power. They put everyone in power at one point. They had a massive influence.
Oh, they still do. I mean, America is the world's police person.
But do you think, Scotty, America is a strong? I'm not saying they're not a strong power, but do you think that they're a crumbling power? When you look at Saudi Arabia now, I mean, they hosted another boxing event. I was talking to you about just the way things are changing with the time.
Well, the world is changing. Everybody's had a shot at being the world's police person, and that's good. Yeah. But America's doing it at the moment, and it's very costly and very expensive.
Yeah, but you still think America is like the major, let's say, spokesperson of the world? Because at one point, everything what they said, it had like a knock-on effect. We got involved. Do you think America is still that strong? Is what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, they still are, but they're wary of other superpowers now. Well, they always have been wary of them. Let's have it straight. You've had the Cold War, all that sort of stuff going on since the Second World War. You know,
it seems like we've come to a bit of a standstill now. It's like we have an involvement in certain things, but I don't think we're doing anything like we did.
Well, I'll tell you one of the reasons this has happened. Because, you know, we don't necessarily have gold-backed currencies. So when I worked in banking, you had what was called the fiduciary issue. And the bank could only issue what it had in reserves, right? Then you had the Federal Reserve set up, and was it 1913 or something like that? And that's when they started just printing money, right? There's a guy, there's Joe saying, who polices the police person? Very, very good point. You see? Who polices the police person? Now, what you've got now is that the currencies are getting devalued. And that's dangerous for these superpowers, because you've got, say you've got somebody, this is just an example. I'm not saying this person exists, but say you had somebody who was very, very wealthy in dollars. Yeah. Now, if that currency gets devalued, they're no longer very, very wealthy. Do you see the difference? All they've got's a basement full of low-value paper.
Well, that's it, you know,
or a bank full of low-value paper. And that's when you run into problems. I'm going to leave it at that, Pablo.
Okay, Scotty, I'll let someone else have a chat.
I love you to bits, and DINKY-DOO. Top man. See you, Pablo. What a clever man. So there you are, and a very, very good point. But that's a wonderful point there. Who pleases the police person? So there we are. Do you like Carabacks, Scotty? Nathan, I used to absolutely adore them. Now, we're running out of time. You're live on Scotty's phone in. Who's that? Hello?
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 Hi.
Hi, what's your first name?
AJ.
AJ. Lovely to hear you, AJ. Yeah. And DINKY-DOO.
Hello. I'm from...
There we go. We have to dash. Right, we're out of time, guys. What a fabulous, fabulous night tonight. Mike Flight, hi, mate. Would you ever consider the stuff you did at Scott FM? You know what I mean? The mumbling pants and all that stuff. Mike Flight, we might, because it's harmless. There we are. DINKY-DOO, I say to you. Stay on an extra hour, says the watery leaf. Watery leaf, you know we can't. There we are. My dad was in the Queen's Own, yes, along with mine, no doubt. Queen's Own Cameron Highlanders. Many of us without lots of pieces of paper don't mind a bit of devaluation. It's that bad. I know what you mean, Joe. Where else are you streaming on? We're streaming on the YouTube channel right now. Absolutely incredible. Guys, I have to dash. I love you. DINKY-DOO. How amazing is that? That's our wonderful people. They've gone on the TikTok, and we're here on the YouTube channel. Get subscribing as soon as you possibly can. And set your notifications. Tap the bell so that it says, let me know when Scottie McClue goes live on YouTube. Look at all the videos, share them, and of course, subscribe. Right now, though, sadly, we have to go. Can you all stick out your tongues and say ta-ta? Bye-bye. And then, bye-bye.